Hey, all. Okay, so this is 623 Queens Creek. I'm going to give you an idea of the roadway because this is the biggest, like, feedback. It's busy. It's one of the busiest roads in Hubert. This is also across the street. I don't know if you care about that or not, but some people will. There is a big subdivision right there across the street from you also. But what's nice is the trees here. So yeah, I think a lot of the feedback is, again, you can see the line of cars that come. There's a lot. Just heavily trafficked. Mailbox is right there. Driveway. One car garage, but you have a ton of driveway space. Looks like this portion of the fence is new at least. There is a side entry. What's awesome about this place is the roof is metal. And then you have all of this space to park as well. Here's the front yard. It also looks like they have like those permanent Christmas lights that are up in like the soffit area. Here's the side yard. So just to give you kind of an idea on, so like these are just like cinder blocks and they do a layer. It's called a parging layer. And these cracks are things that will be noted in the inspection. But again, it's just a parging layer. You can tell it's almost like mortar, if you will. And cracks in it are very common. This little green guy is a termite trap. Termites here are very common in eastern North Carolina. For some reason, there's an ungodly amount of nails in this. It's interesting. There's like a little drain. There's another termite trap. Another one. Another one. Okay. Front porch. Okay, so something I do notice when I walk in immediately is this is a little like wobbly. This is linoleum, it is not tile. I'm going to shut the door because I'm curious how loud it is in here. If you can hear traffic outside. You can, a little bit. But if the TV was on, I don't know you would be able to. Okay, so when you walk in, obviously front door, you've got this linoleum. And then there is a closet. They've also put like these corner protectors here. FYI, the drywall needs to be repaired. Right there. So something else that they have done is they've used like super shiny paint. It is like a high gloss paint and it shows everything. You can wipe it off really easily. It's super durable. The downfall is it shows everything. every little like drywall imperfection. Okay, I think I'm gonna go this way first. So the carpet looks good from what I can see. It does smell a little bit in here like a dog. Just FYI. It's not like overwhelming to me, however, but I do get like a little scent of dog. Okay, so I'm sorry. You guys are gonna be so tired of hearing me talk. Something I notice immediately is like, it's gonna be hard for you to tell. There was a touch-up of paint all along everything in the corners of the ceiling, and it's just the wrong color. There's also, it's popcorn, and there's a definite like dirt. Not uncommon. I have a house, it's my listing, it will be coming up in Hubert. We have the same issue, like the popcorn just collects so much, like everything, that if it isn't washed frequently, and no one washes their ceilings because, you know, it's really hard to get off. So I do notice that right away. It goes down to there. It's all around. So these countertops are what we call Formica. They're not like wood. They're like a, almost like a board with a covering underneath there. This is the same linoleum that was at the front. Pantry. Yep, they've got a little dog. And then this is not attached. So who knows if this conveys with the property or not, because it is not attached. If you wanted it, you could ask for it. However, because it's not a fixture, because it's not bolted into the wall, it could very well not come with the property. Same with your refrigerator here. We always ask for it in the offer if you want it. However, because it's not attached to the property, it does not come with. What would come with in this instance, your microwave because it's attached, your stove, oven, dishwasher, all attached fixtures, so those all come with. As will TV mounts. TV mounts are expected to convey because of how they're attached and bolted to the wall. Okay. Again, I noticed the paint all along here on the outside of everything, or the outside wall. They painted around this. You can tell this was redone. My guess is the door was replaced. And they redid the trim. There is a doggy door. Some drywall imperfections right here. Sorry, I'm going to hop back over here because I want to point this out to you again. I don't notice that there's this. I don't know what this is going. I don't know what this is. So I've seen this in a couple of houses and no one like seems to know. There's like this staining that you can kind of, there you go. You can see it well. There. Anyhow. I've seen it in a few places. Like one place we thought it was a candle along the wall. Nobody seems to know what it was. I could tell you how to get rid of it if you wanted. So trim here just needs some caulking. You've got a different flooring in this room. Wood burning fireplace. A lot of people have never used their fireplaces here, so I would recommend getting a fireplace inspection before you ever use it. Just a drywall, a mark, This looks like it was maybe just a seam at one point, or it is a seam. Just some dustiness everywhere. Again, like there's a little bit of a lip on this floor right here, which is not very obvious. It's just because it is laminate and moisture. Could have been like water dropped or a dog or who knows. Laundry. Washer and dryers also don't typically come with unless you ask for them. This is going to be hit on an inspection report because it does not have an expansion tank. And what that is just like a big round tank that sits on top of it that helps with pressure that's built up because explosion. It was not required. Once upon a time, it is required by code now. However, if you were to buy a hot water heater, they don't come with expansion tanks. You have to buy it separately. And a lot of times they will put them in the garage and not include in an expansion tank. There's your attic access. Drywall fix. And they do have a fridge in here. Like this needs to be painted. They just painted it without painter's tape. That doors. This would also be noted on an inspection because it is not a fire rated door. Again, older house door. It's not even that old. It's 2003. So currently your doors from your garage into your house are required to be fire rated. It will pop on an inspection. Again with the paint. Paint here. It doesn't mean any, like it's not necessarily a big deal. The words Jamie. The door, it's just something that like is inspector will just probably note like, hey, this to current code is supposed to be fire rated, but maybe at the time this was built, it was not. There's a couple of little like drywall imperfections down there. Here as well. Again, because this paint is shiny, it shows everything. This is the smallest little closet. Okay, I am going to go this way first. This room smells really good. Okay, so this room is not a bad size at all. It's actually a pretty good size. Just got a couple of nails. Again, with the paint. My only guess with the paint around it is, I have two actually. One is that it was seeming that they fixed, but my more likely guess is that they painted and they didn't use painter's tape. That's probably exactly what it was. And they got the wall paint on the ceiling, and so then they just went to touch it up. And they touched up with a paint that doesn't match. But like this carpet is really clean. Again, this room smells good. Whole closet. I don't know what kind of like sizes of closets you guys need. There is like a ding in this door right here. But yeah, you can see all the way along where they got the paint and repainted. It just doesn't match. couple of like dings. Hole. Another not badly sized room, just very full. So unfortunately, I can't really. In this one, they've removed the texture. I think they did in the other one as well. And more updated closet system. Also very full. Okay. So yeah, they did remove the pop. Oh no, this is still textured. So they've removed it, kind of. There's a paint drip up here. Little mark right there. Another attic access. Again, this is the main hallway. There is some like dirtiness wear on this carpet right here. Another bedroom. Tiny office space. So these shelves are also not built in. My guess is they would probably be staying here, however. And if you really wanted, you could close this off with a closet door, but literally not a bedroom. You could not make this a bedroom. Like, you couldn't fit a bed here. You could maybe fit a twin bed here. Maybe. You could. But then, like, I don't know. And then bathroom, single vanity. This is actual tile, so that's nice. Caulking just needs to be like cleaned up. Paint, again, too much paint. That was a whole repair. Bathtub overall is clean. Again, you can tell they removed the texture, kind of. But it's still textured, but it's better than popcorn, I guess. Again, paint. So the durability is nice, but I would recommend going, if you're going to repaint, go with like an eggshell finish, not a satin finish, because it shows everything. Okay, here's the primary. This is a big bed. California king, maybe? It looks bigger than a king. Carpet in here looks okay. Back here, I can barely hear the traffic. So there is a closet, a small closet, but a closet nonetheless. With a pocket door that I can't seem to figure out. I'll just leave it. There is another closet over there. And this is a decent sized closet. Couple of drywall guys. Again, carpet in here isn't bad. I don't really notice too much of a smell in here. Maybe a little bit of the dog smell. Okay, so here, same tile floor as before. I don't know if this is a deal breaker. One sink in the primary. Again, they've gotten rid of the texture. At least it's a really heavy door. This is an interesting color. It is way brighter in person. It's almost like a periwinkle. It's very bright. Tile shower needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Like the grout needs to be cleaned. I do hear the traffic in here because of the window. Also, there is a little chip. Believe it or not, that's an easy fix. Okay, I'm gonna head outside. So this composite decking is super nice. Hose timer. I was like, I don't know what that is. HVAC unit looks old-ish. However, I have seen some HVAC units that look old, but they were not. Just because of the weather we get here. And all of the rain. Sorry, I'm trying to find an age on it. I'm sorry for making you sit with me through this. I don't see one. Interesting. I'm gonna take a picture of this and see if I can find out. Take a little look at it later. The backyard is nice. So, something that I can see the VA appraiser asking about is if this addition was permitted. I have had them ask once or twice. However, the kicker is that in North Carolina, they only keep permits on record for 7 years. Actually, it's 6. What would have to happen then is that we would basically, if they do ask for it, we basically ask the sellers to get a GC out here to confirm that it was built to code. I do see the VA asking for them to take this down, however. It's hit or miss. They may or may not ask. And I honestly have zero idea what the hell that is. Okay, I don't know. I'm very curious what that is. I took a picture of it. I will send it to the agent to get some clarity because I'm curious. And again, they have termite traps. The fireplace is super nice, or the fire pit's super nice. Shed. And then there is another entrance from the back door here. So yeah, I can also see something else coming up is the like random ass electrical that is out here. That is the ceiling fan. It is just plugged in. I can see that being a potential on, it will come up on the inspection, like get an electrician out here to make sure it's wired properly. If the appraiser asks for it, that is going to be super hit or miss. But I do think like the bracing looks okay on here. But again, I'm not a GC yet, so I don't know. But yeah. Here's just another view to give kind of like a recap. I'm sorry this video is so long. Recap, this is the room with the laundry room. I'm sorry, the other living room, laundry room, garage, living space, dining, kitchen, hallway. I will lock that away after I turn the light off. Closet, tiny little office that wouldn't be considered a bedroom in my opinion. The 2 bedrooms, the one that was empty, the one with the boxes, and then the primary over there. And then the bathroom is on that wall. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to upload this to YouTube, send it your way, and please let me know what you think.